Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. The concept of metrics. Metrics seemingly didn't make any sense in the year 2020. Every single metric with almost absolute historical accuracy at predicting who's going to win the presidency, well, in 2020 apparently every single metric was wrong. And Sleepy Joe Biden is the most popular president in American history. Oh, I can't say that without laughing. Well, once again, we got another metric that just makes you wonder, makes you question what the hell went down on November 3rd, 2020. Another Gallup poll. Gallup, of course, an institution which is quite bipartisan, I'd say, mainly even left-wing, and hasn't necessarily been, well, biased towards Trump over the years. Before the election, we were talking a whole lot about Gallup polls and how they were releasing metrics showing that Americans felt better about their futures today than they did 4 years ago. I believe at about 54%, a pretty large majority, which of course over the years, that number would indicate that Trump should have won 2020. But we got another Gallup poll that shows Trump just ended Obama's 12-year run as the most admired man. And get this, he absolutely dumpstered Joe Biden, who finished with a whole 6%. The fact that he even got a single percent is of course surprising. I mean, he is 1% Joe after all. But once again, it just makes you question, makes you wonder. And it's also just an interesting story that we got to talk about. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. I'll give you guys my commentary, and I got some other things that I want to show you. But before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. So share the video, share the video, share the video, and with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. All right, we got this report from The Hill. Trump ends Obama's 12-year run as the most admired man. Check this out. President Trump has ended former President Obama's 12-year run as the most admired man in America, edging out his predecessor in the annual Gallup survey released Tuesday. 18% of the survey's respondents named Trump as their most admired man, compared to 15% who named Obama and 6% who named President-elect Joe Biden. 3% named National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease Director Anthony Fauci, and 2% chose Pope Francis. Rounding up the top 10 were Tesla CEO Elon Musk, Senator Bernie Sanders, Bill Gates, Los Angeles Lakers LeBron James. Okay. So there you have it, folks. The president is officially the most admired man in America, and deservedly so. And it makes sense. Good for him, and I totally agree. But what's interesting here is just the stark contrast, the difference. 18% for President Donald Trump and 6% for Joe Biden. I question what they're admiring there, but let's just talk about the metrics. Let's talk about the enthusiasm gap and the idea that Joe Biden is the most popular president in American history by way of the popular vote in the 2020 election. Now, some liberals would argue that Joe Biden is directly attached to Obama, and if you add Obama's 15% to the 6%, it's at 21%, but I'd say that's a little bit of a stretch. Point is, Joe Biden is a nothing candidate, and he's been a nothing candidate this entire time, and somehow this guy got 80 million votes in the 2020 election. It just doesn't make sense, folks, and it raises more eyebrows and more questions. This guy is the most popular president in American history.
On any issue that matters to the U.S. and China relationship, from pursuing a foreign policy for the middle class, including a trade and economic agenda that produces and protects American workers, our intellectual prosperity and the environment, to ensuring security and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region, to championing human rights, we're stronger and more effective when we're flanked by nations that share our vision.
Yes, it's very important for the U.S. to implement a trade and economic agenda that protects our intellectual prosperity. This guy's an absolute buffoon, and it goes to show how much of a puppet he is. And that's one thing, a lot of people just follow a script. Joe Biden's an empty shell who follows a script, but he can't even get that right. He can't even follow a damn script. And he's supposed to be the leader of the free world. The deep state, Congress, and the Senate are going to have a field day with this guy, getting him to sign on all kinds of ludicrous BS. So that's Joe Biden. Who cares about Joe Biden? Clearly not too many people do. Maybe 6%. Let's talk about Obama, a man who has been admired as a deity, the liberal messiah, coming down from the clouds to save America and all of its woes and to end social inequality as we know it. Well, turns out that mystique that Obama once had is fading away each and every single day. He's had a 12-year run as the most admired man in America. Obama, meaning for his 8 years in office plus Trump's 4 years in office until now. And it's really no surprise. The only reason people have been so enamored with President Obama is based on press coverage. The press doesn't cover anything bad that Obama does. They merely cover the good and put him on a pedestal as the golden boy of Washington who can do no wrong. And when Obama speaks, it's carried through the press as gospel. Oh, Obama came out and said this. Wow, amazing.
Amazing!
And let's talk about press coverage a little bit and the contrast between Obama and President Trump. Very recently, Trump said he wasn't going to sign the stimulus package, and he went golfing, like he pretty much always does. And the press was running all over the place saying Trump goes golfing, as Americans won't receive the critical stimulus that they need. But what about Obama and his golfing? What about this story? Here's a tweet from Francis Maxwell. Do me a favor, just imagine, a major city was bombed during the Obama administration, and instead of commenting on it, he went golfing. Well, turns out a terrorist horror, then golf. Incongruity fuels Obama critics. Turns out Obama isn't exactly a moral superior to the current president. He's been anything but superior. And once again, it makes you wonder how President Donald Trump, being an incumbent who ushered in the greatest economic boom of all time, who landed historic peace deal after historic peace deal among a whole list, a myriad of phenomenal successes throughout his presidency, the most admired man with every single metric pointing in his direction, winning a ridiculous amount of counties, enthusiasm through the roof, increased voter share from minority voters, everything you can possibly imagine, dominating the Iowa Des Moines poll, increasing or maintaining his lead in most states, winning Florida handedly, getting more votes than ever in states like New York and California, and then losing to sleepy Joe Biden, who can't get through a damn sentence. Checks out. Don't ask questions, or you're a terrible racist bigot, of course. How could I forget? Donald Trump's the man, the people know it, we know it, and he's the greatest president since at least Reagan, and some may say he's better than Reagan. I don't know, I wasn't alive during the Reagan administration, but he's by far the best president in my lifetime, and I will always preach that going forward. Oh, and also some good news. ICE deports more than 185,000 illegal aliens, 4.2k gang members in 2020. ICE arrests 104,000 illegal aliens in 2020, including 675 MS-13 gang members. So it turns out the president was right about the border and border security since the start. It's not about race, it's about protecting the country from MS-13 and other gang members. Another thing that the president gets lambasted for, but Obama was able to do throughout his administration with near impunity, at least from liberal criticism and media criticism. But that's what I got for you guys in this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. So of course, support me and support other independent political commentators out there. The last couple months have been very difficult for a lot of us, as CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and all these other outlets continue to get propped up to the top page, and YouTube continues to suppress us more and more. But that's what I got. I gotta get back to work now. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.